Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A very good Wednesday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, live right here in Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Thank you to everyone for listening across the Edmonton Sports Talk audio streams at edmontonsportstalk.com. Tune in, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. Thank you very much to those watching on YouTube or listening to this on podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Gazzola, Shawn Belle, Jasmine Sidhu with you here on this Wednesday. The Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada's storage experts. Right now, 75% off 8 weeks on 5x5, 5x10, and 10x10 units. That offer ends November 25th. Check them out, sentinel.ca. How's everyone doing on this wonderful Wednesday?
Doing well.
Got the band back together. I'm very happy to see everyone.
Yep.
Yes, fine.
It was lonely without all of you.
Had a week off there. But I'm happy to be back.
Why are you turning like you're wearing a Batman suit?
I fell last week.
Pre-Christian Bale.
I fell and I hurt
Michael
myself.
Keaton Batman.
Michael Keaton Batman.
Famously hard to move his neck.
Yeah, so I'm struggling a little bit with sitting, so I'm going to keep adjusting myself, so don't worry about that if you're watching.
Are you
on YouTube.
okay?
I'm in a little bit of pain. But
How do you find these injuries?
I don't know, right?
There's an ankle in Montreal. What else happened, Maddie?
That was in New York.
That was in New York.
That was in New York. Something happened in Montreal. Oh, wait, the illness
She
that
was
lasted
just
4
illness.
days.
Yes. There's
Yeah.
an
When
illness.
she came back
that.
and she's like, I'm sick.
Yeah, but really, it was just super hungover.
Been there. My tummy hurts.
Yeah. It might have, but it was self-induced.
Yeah, people are just clumsy, or, I'm sure you have someone in your friends group that falls all the time. Like, I'm that person.
No.
I
well,
I certainly
can't
do
say
not.
that I
Well, she's
have.
now part of
Yeah.
she's part of your friend
I guess
group.
you
That
are.
is-
You
she's
are
the one for all of us.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you
She's
guys
that
are
person for all of us.
You are the first.
So just don't be surprised when I'm falling. Just pick me up and don't laugh.
No, it's depending. You first make sure they're not completely hurt,
Yeah.
and if they're not completely hurt, you laugh. It's just a standard.
That's good strategy, actually.
That's true.
I haven't slipped on ice in a winter in years.
I almost had one last week, a little patch in our back alley, and I caught myself like a cat.
Oh, I had one that was bad. So, like, if you look at these soles on these shoes,
Yeah.
like, there's no grip.
Time for new ones.
And so, yeah, I'll get some new ones. I'll get there.
And
I was, I had an event. It was a couple of years ago. I had an event at Rogers, but we were also staying. Like, part of it was at the J Dub. Mm-hmm. And so, I'm getting out of my truck, and I go to step down because I valeted, and like my 1 foot hit, and it went right out.
No.
And I fell from like my seat basically straight on my back.
Yikes.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this hurts. But once again, I was like, you cannot stay down. You cannot show weakness. And I wore that for like at least a week and a half. It hurts so bad.
So you got up right away, or did
I
you
got
sit
up right
there?
away and I was like, oh
Yeah.
God. Like, you got to get up. Don't show weakness.
Yeah.
Oh, it hurt for a week and a half.
One
It's not the same.
Pagnata came through town 3 or 4 years ago in the heart of winter, and we went out and had a night. Didn't have anything the next day, and I biffed it like around. There's like that park on 108th Street ish towards Jasper. I was taking him for his first donair. It was probably like 3:30 in the morning. I wiped out, but I was okay. I got up like a cat.
As long as you didn't have the donair with you and then
No,
everywhere.
the donair kind of
Protect the donair.
Yeah, always.
Protect the donair.
Okay.
Got to stay
When
up in
I
there.
fall,
Yeah.
I'll always I'll save whatever I have in my hand.
Maybe that's why you get hurt.
Yeah.
Maybe you got to start focusing on yourself and not worry about the $20 drink, so you don't have 2 weeks later of just pain.
Yeah.
But you know who does keep falling on their ass? The Oilers. So
Oh, here we go.
yeah.
There it is.
Quickly, Mo, congratulations on the Nasty Check. Good morning, Nasties. I'm officially a daddy.
Yes.
Baby and mom are
Alright.
doing well. Baby was born yesterday afternoon, so congratulations to you, Mo.
Well
Baby
done.
name. I love baby names.
Yeah, there was people asking for the name, so I'll see what that is. I have a question. Why is it no longer supersized Indiana Jones and baptized Big Uke? Do we know what caused the switch there?
I don't know.
Is this today
Jazz,
thing?
do you know you were with him on?
No, it
well,
could
he
be
came out for a
Nasty
bit the
Bash,
other night,
maybe.
Saturday.
No, I know he
Yeah.
got baptized. I'm just curious
Yeah.
when this change happened, or
Mixing it up.
I haven't. Last time I saw him, he was supersized Indiana Jones. So
In-
CFL season's over. Is he no
Yeah,
longer?
could be new energy, right? New season.
Winter energy.
Yeah, that's right.
And also, some nasties have noticed it right in the nasty chat. I'm trying something with today's hangout with YouTube. We've turned on just for this show, subscribe only for comments. You have to be a minimum 5-minute subscriber of Edmonton Sports Talk before you can comment.
I don't mind
Trying
this.
something.
Is this to get rid of trolls?
That's exactly what it is. Gager brought it up one day. He says, "Can't you do that?" And I looked, and it's like, "Yeah, you can. You can adjust
Yeah.
the time of how long a subscriber can be until they comment." But this is mostly the trolls, the people that come in and make racist remarks, and then we kick them out, and then they just create another account and jump in again.
Yeah.
I don't know if 5 minutes isn't. I think they only have to wait 5 minutes, I guess. But just
Yeah.
to see if this maybe mitigates a little bit of that trolling.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
So this is just a test to see how it is, and if you're a nasty, most likely for I would say the vast majority, if not
Yeah.
all of our people that generally comment, they're already subscribers, so it won't impact you in any way, shape, or form. But just something we're trying, and I see it shows up outright, so everyone sees that. I didn't know how this plays out, so today is a kind of a test of this, and that's what that is.
I have some nasty chat questions. I like this. First of all, I'll start with that. That's a good test run. And then the people's handles going back to normal. Do we know why that has changed over the last couple of
No
months?
clue.
Yeah, because I think Penner's Pancakes popped in there one day, and he's like, it's not like this on every other YouTube channel. And so I know you asked about it not long ago, but I don't know if we got anywhere with that. And then the other thing is these kind of guidelines, if you will, or settings. I have noticed, I follow a few YouTubers. Those are like Great World War II. Well, Great War guy. The History Underground, he's fantastic. JD, his name is. Great, like mini documentaries. But he doesn't go live. But I've noticed a few others that are like live streamers that have not only done this, Maddie, but they've also started putting content behind paid subscriptions as well. And you can
You get a little
the
bit
video
more
will be there.
access. To,
Right.
Yeah.
The video will be there, but it says paid subscribers only. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't think we're going down that road.
No.
But I'm just saying the point is this is this has been happening
Yeah.
in YouTube.
Which is fair.
Yep.
I mean, it is a social media world, and there's
Dum-dums
lots of
come in and wreck
there is
everything, don't they?
Dum-dums everywhere. I have a good one because like we had that Constantine story, and I remember like I've rewatched it a few times, and I'm like, I feel like I don't think I was complaining,
It's done very well.
and some guy just came in and just ripped me, and I was like, So I went and found the guy, and I'm like, oh, he's an East Coaster. And so he played like 11 games in East Coast because he's like, well, what's wrong with East Coasters? I'm like, there's nothing wrong with East Coaster. I don't even think I said there was something wrong with them.
I know
just
beer
said
league
that there
guys
was-
that have been called
Yeah.
up to East Coast League games. So
Yeah, and so then
just say
I was
that.
like, I went on to say the story, and it's like, you played a full season. There was only one guy on the team that was East Coaster, and I'm like, man, it's pretty crazy. Like when you are part of, not part of a franchise or a team, and then you tell the person on that specific team, they're like, well, no, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to fire back so badly, but at the same time in my head, I'm like, Shawn, just leave this one alone. Try to take the high road. I'm not sure where I'm going to go yet.
We have been getting a lot more play on social media with our stuff.
You either go scorched earth or you say nothing.
I've tried to go and say nothing as much as possible because
with me.
because the level of stupidity has really risen.
Yeah, every now and then in my head, I'm like, go scorched earth. Let's just see how this plays out.
I don't know.
Some days it's hard not
It's
to. Like
so
when you
hard
push
not to.
things down and you're
Yeah.
just like, I'm not doing it. Then there's usually that one day where you're just not in a mood.
Yeah.
Or you're in a
Very
mood.
good
You're not.
point, Maddie.
And it's
Yeah.
just like, screw this. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yep.
I'm ready to go on the ring.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, like, you
That's
want
a
a
good
piece
point.
of
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
So
let's-
I know that
If you
feeling.
want some, come get some.
Here we
type
go.
thing. Yeah.
You asked for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like, yeah, people question your plague days. Like, well, you're telling a story of what you experienced. How the hell would they know better? The answer is they wouldn't. So I've seen a few where it's like, what does this guy know about the Oilers? Well, I've covered them for 18 years, and I've been a part of them for 8 years. I'm around the team every day, so I think I know a thing or two.
But you got to
about
give
them.
more context on that, right? Because while we're saying that, it's funny because it usually when it pops up, it comes off of blind rankings.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so it's like we have the blind rankings where we lose because Benny plants a mole.
Yeah, he throws a grenade at
And then
us.
all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is verbatim. And people are losing it. Like
Yeah.
the Evan Bouchard one with Team Canada and whether we should make it or not.
Oh, God.
It's got to be the funniest one that I've ever experienced because the one guy was losing his mind.
Yeah.
And like, Bouchard shouldn't even be in the conversation. We're like, we agree with you. He shouldn't. But you got Bouchard there. He shouldn't be in the... We agree with you. Bouchard sucks. Do you even watch hockey? Like, dude, we've actually agreed with
our
you
job.
like 10 times.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that
Anyway,
stuff.
they're venting a little bit.
Yeah. It's good.
I mean, I was telling the boys, I'm like, it just sucks that the Oilers are not playing well lately, and it's just this like negative aura around everybody, and like everybody's kind of pissy now. And it'd be nice if they can start winning games so we can get like some positivity, some good content, some good messages, and it's just driving the city wild. Like my mom and dad have been cranky. Like, why are you being cranky with me? I'm not the one who lost the game. Gave me so much sass. But it's just because they were frustrated watching the game. Yeah.
Here's the funny thing about all this is like, and I said it on the postgame show the other day, they're still right there. Even though they haven't played well, they look like a mess. Points-wise, they're right there. People bring up points percentage. I get it. I get the points percentage thing, but when you look in the standings, I don't think you're counting as I don't know how many hockey people that are involved with a team go, oh, look at our points percentage. It's really concerning me. They would look at the actual number of points the team has, how many games remaining, and say, okay, what do we got to do to attack this problem? As opposed to, our points percentage isn't tracking to a playoff spot. I'm concerned. It would be, no, we're 3 points out of this. Our goal is to make it here. How can we make it work? All right, dig in. Let's get to work and find a solution. That's my only qualm with points percentage, even though it's a completely valid stat.
Are you grumpy about the Oilers playing bad?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I am not. They don't concern me. This is still early in the season, and as you mentioned,
Not early anymore.
No.
not until American
No,
Thanksgiving.
it's not
still-
early anymore.
How many games are they in?
21. That's a quarter of the year.
You're 25% away in the season. That's a strong sample size. I'm not worried about the team. I still believe they're a playoff team. Talk to me in January if they're in this position still.
The American Thanksgiving thing, I don't mind though.
Yeah.
But this is now, this isn't just a bad stretch of hockey.
Okay. So then you look back at previous years, last 2 years, very similar situations. I think Rashad was saying what they had 10 wins last year or
Yep.
8 wins. They got 9
wins
this
2
year,
years ago. Yeah.
whatever that looks like. But when you look at the the 3 different teams, the iterations of the team, my opinion is that this team concerns me the most because I don't remember them getting like shellacked as much as that they are. I don't remember them giving up as many grade A scoring chances as they are in previous years. To me, that's like the biggest concern. Like you used to be able to kind of poke a hole and be like, okay, well, like, hey, there was that soft goal here. There was a soft goal there. Maybe there was one turnover here. But right now it's what was the game the other day? I think it was, they gave up 22 grade A scoring chances. Like if you're going to do that in the NHL, you're going to lose every single game.
They had like 4 or 5 of their
So
own.
that's why I'm concerned about it. So do I think they're a playoff team? Yeah, probably. But I just, the way that they're playing right now, it is hard to sit back and say, hey, we got confidence you're going to be able to turn it around. Because if you're giving up only 3 or 4 grade A scoring opportunities a game, well then, okay, that's different. You can probably limit that. But what is 22 limiting those chances look like? Does that go down to 14 and you're happy? Well, 14
Buffalo.
in the NHL is still bad.
Yeah.
So that's where my concern comes from when it comes to the different seasons that the Oilers have had. So yes, they're right there when it comes to, 9 wins at this time of the year, but the way that they're losing, I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Like you got a lot to clean up in the D zone. You got a lot to clean up in neutral zone transition because the way that you're holding on to pucks right now and waiting for guys to swing, guess what? That's not working. It's just leading to turnovers, and then it's going back the opposite way.
Their breakouts suck.
Their breakouts are awful.
Yeah.
And is it as simple as Paul Coffey coming back and be like, hey, make a tape-to-tape pass?
I don't believe so.
Either do I. Because
I don't think that's valid.
I would say that most teams want to go, okay, like let's break this puck out clean because you have actually pretty good forwards.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why they've reverted back to rimming pucks again, why they've reverted back to just like not moving pucks crisply and cleanly out of the zone. Like to me, it's just they look very, very, very unorganized. That's my concern.
That's fair.
That is a very good point. Unorganized is a good word to use. I think watching them, it seems like they're not having any fun at all this entire season. It just seems like they've been just drained from the last 2 years. And I feel like that's impacting the fans because now the fans are like, the game is boring. They're boring. And you know what? They are boring.
Yep.
They are boring. Like I'm more inclined to reach for my phone and start like scrolling now rather than concentrating on what's happening.
Yeah, they haven't played fun hockey. That's for sure. Now, if you're watching the other teams that are beating up on the Oilers, that's fun for them. But no, I'm with you on that, Jazzy.
Like
I don't
that
have
whole
a solution.
passion, that whole heart, like absolutely. But they're just not having fun. Like at the same time, you are playing professional hockey for a living. You're getting paid millions of dollars. Like, have fun.
But I could see from their perspective, which is the one I've gone in for a while, is that they're just this isn't fun because they want to get to the playoffs. They just want to get to the point that matters because this is just whatever.
Yeah.
We got to get through an 82 game slog.
Exactly.
Then the season begins.
And I'm with you on
And
that.
they're through 21 games. They're the exact same amount of points, I believe.
The problem is, though, it's not a light switch.
But why?
We said that in the playoffs last year.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It's not a light switch.
But people
It's
said
not.
going into the playoffs that you can't just turn on a light switch and do it. And the Oilers
can't.
turned on a light switch and did it.
It's
But
not a
they did
light
it.
switch.
But they did it.
They played with more emotion last year than they have this year.
But for that stretch from March and April, they did not have it going.
They had
and there was
more
a lot
emotion.
of concern about whether they could get it going in the playoffs or not. And there was you just don't turn on that switch. And then the LA Kings series came, they turn on a switch and the emotion came.
They played with more emotion throughout the entire season than they have this year. This team looks completely listless.
It is a newer team. You have
It
all these
is
young
100%.
guys.
You got more young guys. Actually,
Yeah.
young guys are supposed to bring infectious energy.
Totally.
That's what they do. This team looks completely listless.
Mm-hmm.
The team last year played with a little bit of passion. There was gumption. Guys were fighting. Guys were doing different things.
That's the beginning of the season. But not at the end of that
that's my
season.
point, is that over the course of the entirety of the season, there was more emotion from the Oilers than you were currently seeing from this version of the team. That's what I'm saying. And so the light switch aspect is you got to have a little bit of emotion in the game if you want to be somewhere around it. Because guess what? Emotion will get you involved in the game. Emotion will allow you not to give up 22 grade A scoring chances. If it's 10, okay, we can clean some stuff up. But 22 is like, it's so outrageously bad that you can't even, where do you start?
Well, but so they started with emotion last year, but then the emotion went away during the season, and then the emotion came back.
Yeah, but you start with emotion,
Right, but
and then it comes
there's
down,
nothing to say that,
and then it comes back
There's
up.
nothing to say that they can't build into that emotion.
Where are you going to find it? Who's going to do it?
Hernan chimes in and says everyone was hurt for the last 2 months.
Yeah, no, there was part of that. There's no question, but there was also when they had some of those guys, there was a lot of concern about the Oilers going into those playoffs, just straight up. And the conversation around going into those playoffs was outright the narrative: can they just turn on a switch? That's not something you could just do. And then the Oilers turned on a switch, and they did it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's exactly what happened.
That's a good reminder, Matty.
That was the narrative that we had on this station, that fans had. That was, can you just turn on a switch? You can't do it. And from the end of that season to start, because even if there's injuries, they weren't playing. They weren't ready to go.
Okay, so
can
can I
you just get going? So that's us, I think, trying to change the narrative now. If we're just saying, well, it's just injuries at the end of that last season, because in the moment we said, can you just turn on a switch? Many said no. Many said yes. It was a mix. Those that said yes were right because the Oilers turned on a switch.
Yeah.
Sure. Get this fly out of here. They're also a Byfield turnover from being down 3-0. So we can say, yes, they did turn on a switch. And yes, obviously they went on and moved it.
Absolutely.
But you also have to take into account, like, if he gets that puck out, what are we talking about today?
100%.
That's the only thing that I'm going to say. Like,
But the puck got out.
You're right. That lack of emotion leading into that series, though, and the turn it on, the switch, it almost cost them. That's, I guess, the other point is why people say, like, you ask every coach, it's not a light switch, because when you get into that game, there's not the possibility of you going down 3-0 if you're the Edmonton Oilers, and that switch is on by the time you start. Mm-hmm. So yes, you're right. They did turn on a switch, 100%. I won't disagree with that. However, you leave it up to, it's like making a hope play. Like, I'm going to take this puck, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to shoot it up the middle of the ice, close my eyes, and I'm hoping it's going to land. The reality of the situation was, if Byfield gets that puck out, we're not even having these conversations. Now, once again, they turned on a switch. They were able to elevate their game, but it took them until that moment to do it.
Game one. Well, look, game one, if it wasn't for a weird play, the Oilers probably go to overtime and win that hockey game. They make the comeback in game one. They're winning that game if it goes to overtime. And that's just that weird goal.
Was that the one off with Draisaitl backdoor, like where he...
They kept Draisaitl and McDavid out there. No, that was the weirdness where... Was that this...
It went off of him, maybe, didn't it?
I'm just laughing at his...
Kings Oilers game one. April 2021. Because the Oilers made a huge comeback. And again, it goes for the ifs and buts and all that. If the Oilers win game one after that comeback, if there's not just a one weird play that goes in the Oilers back of the net, we'd say they turn that switch on in the third period of game one.
Yeah.
They leave too much to chance. It's a problem.
That's what they like to do.
I know.
They're the student that wants to do the major essay.
They're the
procrastinators
yes. That at 11:59 they go, I'll get this done, and it's due at 12:01, and they get it done somehow.
And they get a B+ and A- still.
Yeah.
No.
And if they tried sooner, they'd get that A+.
They're Austin Powers at the blackjack table. 5, sir. I'll stay. I suggest you head, sir. I also like to live dangerously.
Yeah, this is a play. I think it goes off of him, does it not? No, that's not the one. Which one?
This was. I got to watch the replay of this goal again to remind myself of it, because there's 50-some seconds left. The Oilers just tied it. McDavid and Draisaitl were left on the ice. They had just been out there.
It fluttered. It hit something on the way,
and it fluttered up.
Yeah,
right?
it fluttered and it changed speed and.
Yeah, the shot goes. Yeah. Oh, it's a fan shot from Deneau.
And the jump from Fogle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so
it hits Fogle, right?
No, it went in, but Fogle jumped in the air right in front of Stu.
So if that doesn't happen, we're sitting there saying the Oilers turned it on in game one. They made this comeback. They got down, and it took to the third period for them to turn a switch on.
Maddie's right about the switch. And I think it can also, the leadership kind of needs to turn that switch on. I think that will also impact the rest of the team. You have young guys that have not had this playoff experience, right? Mm-hmm. And I think, there's, their energies probably aren't really meshing right now. And maybe they don't want to, show off or, overstep their boundaries with the leadership.
You were a young guy going out to a team.
Well,
is there something like what Jazzy said?
It's hard because it's you look at different teams, and so as a young guy, you want to fit in, you want to make sure that you're not, stepping on people's toes, but at the same time, you made the NHL, you got to bring your game. And so when I look at that team, I question, everybody just defaults and defers to McDavid and Draisaitl. Yes. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll use Ike Howard, for example, right? So Ike Howard went down to the minors. He's put on the top line. He becomes a guy, puts in 2 goals. He looks like he's carrying the play. But when he comes up here, or when he was up here, especially if he played with Connor or Leon, the few times that he did, well, what did he immediately do? He defers to those players.
Yeah.
So now you don't become the exact same player that you actually are. You kind of change your game to defer to them. Mm-hmm. So that becomes very hard because now you're saying, okay, well, these guys got to touch the puck, because what they do sometimes is there is a few eye rolls and there's a few things that happen when you decide to go, shoot the puck as opposed to having more puck possession, because that's what they want to do. There's nothing wrong with that. They're the best players in the world. Mm-hmm. But it takes certain types of players to play with those guys. So when you look at Roslovic and how he's been playing well, but he doesn't care. Like he just goes and rips a puck.
Yeah,
and
he's the only
it
one
is what it
cares on
is.
this team. Yeah.
Right? Like, but he doesn't care in the sense that like I'm not just going to defer to these guys.
Yes.
And so his game has actually been good.
Yep.
But you see a lot of people
There's looking for
deferring.
McDavid.
And
Yeah.
then when they leave the Oilers and they go somewhere else, then they prosper. So it's one of those.
But we say that often.
We say that far too often.
think every year we
that's
say it.
every year. Well, that's the thing.
We say that every single year. So
Because
then
I
what does
remember
that say?
asking you that, like, is it a good thing late stretch of the Oilers season last year that it's good that the top players aren't there to see if they could build some secondary scoring because now they can't defer to them. But it's just, I don't know. It's when you have that safety net, I guess you're always going to defer to that because you know that they have that ability to take over those games.
100%. But then you'll always lack secondary scoring because those guys will always defer to those guys and they will always say, don't worry about it. Draisaitl and McDavid, they'll get it. So you always lack scoring. It's look at Henrique. Do you think Henrique has lost his skill? No, he hasn't lost his skill. He's completely changed his game to become a third, fourth line guy.
That's true.
So it doesn't even look like he's trying to chip in on the offensive side. But I bet you if you put him in a position to be an offensive player, he might chip in offensively. That's kind of the point of it.
It's funny because people will be like, well, he doesn't have his boots anymore. I'm like, well, how long since he's had them? When he came here, he was
the same speed when
Yeah,
he came
he's
here.
just- he sits back a lot now.
Changed. He was different. He skated differently. He thought differently about the game because he was one of the guys that had to contribute.
he would attack.
He would attack. Now
Doesn't
it's just
Drew texting in. Paris Drew's inbox 780-218-9999 says, I can't imagine being so negative about the team for 25 to 30 losses in an 82-game season. I think the sting of losses in the Cup final has desensitized my panic meter, though. Drew throws an LOL in there and says, anyway, the boys will put it together. That text from Drew. Thank you for the text, Drew.
So last year, I believe it was Black Friday that they played the Capitals.
That's 2 years ago.
That's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then they went on a
16-game
yeah,
winning streak.
that's right.
Yeah.
So maybe
We had our 6 o'clock lager launch.
That was fun. That was a fun.
it was
We
fun.
live
launched
streamed.
We launched them.
Yeah.
That year. Not the 6 o'clock lager. We launched the Oilers.
We did. Yeah. You're welcome.
Okay, so do we need another
welcome.
launch then to get this thing going?
Wow.
In January. We can look at it in January.
Yeah.
Because I will not get worried about this team until January. Because also here's the one part of this, even if they have a lot of losses here, it's against the East mostly. And that doesn't hurt you as much. And so there's a lot of 4-point quote unquote nights coming up in the new year.
Yeah, no, they're right there.
So if this is that Oiler team that we've seen the last few years, which they'll just turn it on when that calendar flips, with how close things are too, they'll be right back there. And in February, we'll be laughing at the Olympic break and we'll be talking about how can they win the Pacific for the first time winning a division since 88?
87.
87.
Yeah. Remember last year going into Four Nations face-off, what were they? They were first in the division or like
They're-
just
they were
outside?
They were third overall in the league.
Third or fourth, tied for third
Yeah,
in the league,
yes,
something like
yeah.
that. And they were right there. I think they were top of the Pacific. Then they pooped the bed coming out of the break. And
The Oilers are a January team. If we go back to what the Oilers have done over the last couple of years, January is ridiculous, if I'm not mistaken. At least the last 2 years, I believe. Let me see if I can pull it up here quickly.
And to Maddie's point too, a lot of their games, they played a lot of road games this year, and the road schedule, the majority of it will be chewed up by the end of December.
It's been a tough schedule.
Yeah. So the 7-gamer right now, then they come home for a couple, then they're back on the road for a couple, then they're back home. Then they have a 5-game road trip next month still. And I think that's the majority. And they have
I'm just going to continue to stand on the fact that the goals and the amount of chances that they're giving up, if they do not clean it up, I don't care what they decide to do. They're not winning games. You cannot give up 22 grade A chances as an NHL team and not be like, oh, there goes 4 or 5 goals. Can't give up 14.
True. Well, when they inevitably clean it up in January, Maddie, what are we looking at?
3-1 last season. The season prior to that, the Edmonton Oilers in January were 11-0.
It's a nice little stretch.
22-23, I think they were 8-2-2.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
So the last 3 years, ridiculous. So 8-2-2. So that's 4 losses, no losses. And what did I say for last year?
10-2-2. No, you already said that one.
10-3-1, 4 losses. So 8 losses in the last 3 years,
In January.
combined with 10, 11, 21, 29 wins. 29-8 overall. Just wins, losses outright in the month of January of the last 3 seasons for the Edmonton Oilers.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
They'll be right back right near the top
So you're
once
saying
again once
there's
they
a
do that thing, and then everyone will be like, "Oh my God, why were we panicking?" And
Well, you're not panicking. You said you weren't panicking. Tom, you said he wasn't panicking.
I'm enjoying the
wasn't
ride.
panicking.
so, where are you on the panic meter?
I'm not. I'm not.
0 is zen.
I'm not on a
You're
panic meter.
The 100 is, or like, okay, if it, yeah, we have the little scale here. So 1 is zen, closer to you. To me is like, this is done. Blow it up. We're going for
I'm in-
McKenna, trading McDavid. Where are you on that meter?
I'm in Zen because personally,
Completely at that zen. I don't think you are.
I am. I'm personally at Zen because I don't really care what they do. I'm just saying from a person that actually coaches and actually watches a game, the amount of chances that they're bleeding is not going to be conducive to success.
But in terms of them making the playoffs, and not with how you,
I think I'll make.
Where
I think-
would you put
I think
that?
they'll make the playoffs.
So you're completely fine with everything. There's no concern at all.
Once again, the amount of chances they are giving up.
So then where are you on the meter?
I'm still at Zen.
But you're not then.
I am still at Zen.
Zen is, I don't care about any of this because they are fine.
Okay.
There's no but
I like this
disclaimers.
game.
You're moved along that meter up.
Okay, I'm a Zen 0.5.
Okay.
I'm a 2 because I'm enjoying this wild ride because it's never a dull moment. And part of me too thinks that they'll clean it up. But you watch some things, you're like, well, that's terrible. I wonder if they'll fix it and when and how and who will get their head out of there. You know what? But so I'll go 2 out of 10. Where are you at, Jazzy?
1.
Oh, you're calm, cool, and collected.
I am. This is, if you have watched the Oilers for your like whole life, you should be used to this by now.
But where are your parents at with their Zen meter?
Are we doing 0 to 100 or 0 to 10?
I thought it was 10.
Okay,
Yeah.
10. Okay,
Yeah,
just
let's
making
just
sure.
do
Oh,
10.
okay.
Okay,
yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. My folks are probably 3, 4. My dad's really dramatic. He can't stand nerves, and like it's tough watching.
But he has not been a good player
Their defense has been putrid. So you know what? I'm taking away my 0.5. I'm going to go 3.
Wow.
Yeah, there was no way you were 0 near 0. Sorry.
Well, I'm 0 because I don't really care. I
Not
care
you, but
more
I'm
about
like
my own
where
team
you
than I
think
care
of the
about-
Oilers.
I think a 3 because their defensive game has been so bad that it actually drives me insane. Like I can't stand bad defensive hockey. I can't stand like being a guy that played and having some absolute meatball coaches. Kevin Constantine being one of them, who like, hey, for everything that I rip about that human being, he did do some really good things. He taught you some really good like details of the game.
Yeah.
Like for example, if you're killing on a power play on a penalty kill, like where the puck moves can determine a lot about where that next play is and how to anticipate the play. So he taught me a lot of really cool details. But like when you're a defenseman and now a coach, I look at it and I'm like, guys, like the turnovers and the lack of back check and the just like, come on. Like I can get it. You're going to lose a game 3-2. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Right? Because you play hard. There's one bounce that happens. Okay, fine. But you just got the doors beat off you a couple weeks ago, 9-1. You go to Buffalo, it's 5-1. You're listless. You're bleeding chances. You can't figure out your D zone to save a life. You give up time and space galore. At some point, like this whole like narrative where we've for the last 3 years have always questioned their defensive game, and they go, "We're a good defensive team." Just humor me,
Yeah.
and pretend to show us just for like 2 minutes. That's all
They
I'm
get
saying.
mad when you suggest they might not be that good defensively sometimes. They take it personally. But they
do.
don't do anything about it.
But they don't do anything about
Yeah.
it. And it's like, okay, here's a turnover. I'm going to go for a giant TV turn. And then it's like a 3-on-1 coming back, but I'm still high stepping in that full turn, taking the scenic route just to see if there's any chicks in the stands. and then it's in the back of your net, and then you go, oh, why did that go in? Well, come on.
Well, you put your head down and you skate back to the bench and you slam the boards.
Yeah.
Like
it's just.
But the photog got good shots of you doing a sick TV
I'm
turn.
not trying to say it's like fake effort, but it's just one of those things where you're like, okay, at the end of the day, you're playing in the NHL. And there's got to be a moment in time where you want to care about the detail because you know damn well the coaches are saying, let's detail, figure it out, detail. At some point, it becomes between I don't care or I just don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll win today against OV and the boys?
Well, Ovi and the boys aren't having a good season either, so
Exactly.
I'd say they have a chance.
Yeah.
Now, I thought they had a great chance against Buffalo, and they absolutely got embarrassed. So I don't know. I think it's a toss-up again tonight. But which Oilers team shows up?
Well,
Your guess is as good as mine tonight.
you know what? The Capitals lost against Buffalo in a shootout as well. All right, on November 1st. So
Buffalo beat Carolina too recently.
actually, I think the thing with the Capitals are they're able to beat pretty good teams, but then they lose against the bad teams.
What would you call Edmonton right now?
Edmonton is still a good team.
Playing bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
As the Capitals are, right? And
That's a good point.
There's some similarities with them. I don't think stylistically, but they both have young coaches. Okay. Spencer Carberry, he's 44 years old, and Knobloch's 47. Carberry is one of the youngest coaches in the league right now. Okay. I think that's something that we can look at a comparison.
He has good aura. And that
good
has
aura.
been noted, by the way.
Pratas has not been playing well against 5 versus 5. I think he had an unreal record the last 2 years doing that. This is something to look at. Logan Thompson, however, I think he's the one that's protecting this team. And
Great
he's probably
numbers.
the best. Yes, that's right. He's the best player on the team right now.
He's under 2 goals a game right now. His GA is like 180 something. I was doing show prep last night. 918 save percentage? I'd have to go over my notes, but it was very good.
I think I had it
Do you have it?
somewhere.
Anyway.
And also, sorry, I got a bunch of these stats. Go ahead.
I'll read a text in the meantime.
Sorry, first I was looking for the save percentage, and then yes, please.
Jazzy, go get it. Coach Wyke says too much softness this season with the Oilers, physical play and with the puck. Soft plays up and down the ice. Coach Mike, I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that. Well said, sir. Nate the Builder says 1,000% right. This team does not give a expletive, at least not yet. Hello, Nate the Builder. Good morning.
0.934 save percentage.
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm gonna throw 4 teams out there. Who should be most concerned about not making playoffs, if there's one? Edmonton, Florida, Washington, Toronto.
None of them.
They'll all make
You
it.
think all
Yeah.
make it?
They'll all make it.
Yeah.
The East ones would be interesting because then who knocks out, who falls out in those ones? Like
I'll say
Pittsburgh's
Toronto
still
to
there.
do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Toronto was a funny one because they were losing it on Marner. And, that video that pops up where he's got his helmet off and he's giving it to the boys and the fans are just giving it to him. Social media was just awesome watching it. We can get rid of this guy and we're going to be fine. But then the comment is like, well, how do you replace a 100-point scorer? And so the fact that they're in the situation that they're currently in, being like, we need a top 6 right winger.
Weird.
You're like, well, yeah, no, you kind of deserve what you're getting because for some reason you sat there and said, well, we don't need Mitch Marner. But Mitch Marner actually did quite a bit for him. He facilitated a lot of puck. Like, how many goals does Austin Matthews have right now?
Isn't he hurt? He's on IR.
Yeah, he is.
But that was recent.
That was very
Didn't he just
recent.
get hurt last week?
Yeah, I think it was
So-
within the last 2 or 3 games.
It was last week, I believe, because I think I was on Lock Shop one day and I was like, oh, big. I think it might have been Remembrance Day or something because there was like a bunch of
been, yeah.
injuries. Austin Matthews this season. Did they move him down somewhere? Is this just because
He was struggling, though, right?
I don't
Austin
think
Matthews, 17 games. He's got 9 goals, 5 assists for
that's
14
pretty good.
points.
Never mind then.
it's off his pace, so It's off his normal pace.
9 goals in 17 games is
That's
pretty
off
good.
his normal pace. That's a guy that scored 60. It's like
He did.
That's
He
a
did.
43 goal pace.
that's off his pace.
But
I'd say that's pretty
I
It's
want
good for
to
most
say,
players,
Yeah.
but not him.
Okay, I get what you're
Austin
saying. I'm not even arguing you.
Matthews.
I love you, Tom. Stop.
I love you too.
I want to just see his game logs because I feel like maybe he got into a bit of a drought at some point. But let me double check.
My point is that Marner did a lot for them. He facilitated pucks. He was good on the power play. Yeah, he wasn't the most physical human being in the world, but it's hard to replace 100-point scores. So to Tommy's point, if we want to stir the pot, then yeah, Toronto, you're not making it.
I will say Max Pizzoza in the nasty chat does make an interesting point though, and I just was away to hockey
Where is
reference
it?
and I got to pull it back up. But it basically, where is it here? The Capitals were motivated in the regular season by the OV goal chase. Sometimes a team just needs a proper motivation for 82 games, and there was a surprise of Washington having that season last year. That maybe this is they're just coming back down because they don't have the high of let's get OV these goals.
Yep.
And he had such a magical year of scoring goals last year.
They rallied.
For that they rallied, and it lifted them up to such a good spot
but
that they're maybe having a little bit of the hangover from that.
Yeah, Dubois
That I would
was,
say that they're the one that would be more likely to me of the four that I'd say that wouldn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. But Dubois had probably his best season to date.
He's
right? So
hurt
he
now.
elevated. He's out.
Abductor abdominal surgery.
Ovi's not the same right now,
Because of the chase.
right?
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of pieces there, and they're not all having career years. Not to say that they all did last year, but a lot of guys played really good hockey. So that's
and that's where it's you can't if there's a lot of career years, don't expect that to happen the next year. I think the Oilers had that a few years back.
They did.
Where they had a bunch of career years. I think it was 2 years ago. Maybe hit 100 points. I think was that 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, Hyman had a ridiculous goal, and you just knew that there's going to be a drop off from them.
I think Nugent Hopkins and Hyman's big years were staggered.
Were they staggered?
Yeah,
I think
okay.
Nugent Hopkins was first.
Was
then
Nuge, was that 2 years ago or was that 3?
That would have
Three
been
now.
3 years ago for the 100 points. And then Hyman 2 years ago was 52.
54.
54?
Yeah. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Which is, and then it's just like the next year, they're not hitting that target.
So Hyman, in your guys' mind, would be what? He's probably a 30
Yeah.
goal scorer.
30, 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're like, so if you have a team and you're saying we've got a bunch of career years, just the next year, to me,
Yeah.
that's a sign of it's going to maybe be tough. Maybe try to sell some of those guys off if you can. Trade one or
that's-
two of them off to get the highest of value.
That was Vancouver when they were the top team, right? They had career years. Everybody was doing really well. Then the following year, they came back down to earth a little bit.
Did they ever?
Yeah, they fell off a.
Was it discussed yesterday, Troy Stetzer's comments, or did that come out later?
No, we didn't talk about it.
So that came out later than yesterday. Did you guys see
I
what he
saw- I
said
saw
to
it.
Mike Johnson?
What happened?
Mike Johnson from TSN, he said, let me just see if I can find it here
Well,
quickly.
there was 2 comments within that same. Little
was there?
quote. Well, not just necessarily his,
I don't
but
want
the
the-
clip that I saw.
the house speaker.
It was Mike Johnson talking about the Oilers, and then there was 2 comments that were made within that little clip.
Yeah, because the comment about the Oilers is, I just saw that one too. It was like,
It was from Rob Ray saying that.
oh, that one.
Well, yeah.
was-
So the
that
same
one's
the
funny.
clip
Because
that I
there's
watched.
3 things then.
Yeah, the clip that I watched was Mike Johnson talking to the panel, and the first thing he brought up was Rob Ray talking about how the net was empty in the Buffalo Sabres game.
Yes.
And he's like, well, it's been empty the entire night.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I heard
So that was the first comment that I saw. Then I
That-
heard about the Stetcher one, which was like, I think the second thing they talked about within that little clip.
Yeah, I saw something else where like Johnston basically said that there's things to be worried about, but right now not panicking on the Oilers. But then why can't I find this Troy Stetcher thing? Oh,
he
I'm
took a
spelling his
shot at
name
the
wrong.
Oilers?
That's why. It's
No, he basically.
Here it
what-
is. The quote
Go ahead, yeah.
was, this is from a tweet from Overdrive. Mike Johnson was on with them discussing the Oilers' recent average performance. And the quote was, Troy Stetcher told me he just left the fire.
Yeah. Oh. Because he mentioned, he goes, well, how does it feel being in the fire? And he's like, well, no, I just left the fire.
See, that can be, that's a
Yeah.
great quote,
Yeah,
first of
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Good on Troy Stetcher. But that can be interpreted so many ways, right? Like panic because the Oilers are not doing what they're expected to, and the fans aren't happy. That it can be interpreted that way, or it can be interpreted, oh, there's turmoil and this and that. I think but I think in general, people would look at it and be like, oh, the Oilers are a mess. The Oilers are a mess. I don't know if that's necessarily what Stetcher meant. He could be saying that it's just the heat's cranked up here because the team hasn't won a cup.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or just
And got close.
it's hot because you're not playing well.
Right, exactly.
Which
And
is
when
very,
you're not.
very fair to say, because if you're part of a Canadian city, I'm gonna throw Toronto in there because I was gonna make a comment saying like major sports, but Toronto's got major sports anyway. In Canada, our major sport is hockey, so people care about it way more than the other stuff. That's not to say that they don't like the Raptors or the Blue Jays or these other
Start to
teams.
finish of a season.
It's hockey.
Yes,
starts there.
absolutely.
So if you're in a Canadian city, you are automatically in a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you win, lose, tie, or draw, you are in a pressure cooker. Now, when you've been in a city that has gone to the finals the last 2 years in a row and there's an expectation to get back there again,
And you get
you're
your
not
ass
playing
kicked
very
every
well?
weekend. Yeah.
then it's going to be hot.
And the other thing, too, he could have been joking.
I think hearing about that, and I see it just more as the Oilers are in it's a tough situation right now.
Yeah, they are.
Where they are in the standings and the pressure, and he's coming to the Leafs, who are in the exact same spot outside of the Cup final appearances.
Yeah.
They're in that same spot where they're sitting out of a playoff spot. There's a lot of concern from the fan base and some panic, and so you just jump from one fire to another.
Yeah.
You didn't jump from some other spot to a fire. You're saying, yeah, I was just in one.
Yeah.
And that's just
Yeah.
the reality of
That's
things.
such a
You're
good
just
point.
pointing out the
Yeah.
reality
Yeah.
of situations.
Yeah.
I think it's a clever quote. I have no issue with it.
Or he just referenced it as fire because it was referenced as fire. So he just answered his question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think he's a veteran guy. He's having fun. He's seen some crap situations. He's played on teams where nothing matters. When he was in Arizona, you think anything that they did as a Coyote mattered? No. He was in LA, and there's no fire there, really. Minus the big one that they had earlier this year. I didn't mean it that way. Just to point that out.
Would you guys like some line and pairings from the Oilers?
Yes, I was waiting for that. May you please tell us?
I'm seeing this from Tony Brar, the Oilers television. McDavid in between Savoy and Roslovic. Draisaitl in between Podkolzin and Mangiapane. Henrik between Frederick and Hyman. And it just has Tomasek and Janmark. Nurse, Bouchard, Ekholm, Kulak, Wallman, Regula, and Emberson. So it looks like maybe 11 and 7.
11.
Skinner getting the start, Pickard in net. So
Pickard.
no, Skinner getting the start, Pickard at the back.
sorry,
I was
sorry.
like, I was
Pickard and
right
Net,
now
they're
like,
both there.
what?
And
Sorry.
The hell?
Skinner and Net, Pickard backing up. You can't have
Okay.
both out there.
Okay.
So that's what's gonna looks like it's gonna happen tonight. Tommy, you're on location where?
Hudson's, White Avenue. Come on down. Say hi. Hang out. It's a great time.
That's for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pre and post game shows. As the Oilers will be in Washington, take on the Capitals. It's a 5 o'clock puck drop, or just after 5 o'clock, which means the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and post game shows. Well, the pregame show will be at 4 o'clock right here in Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. Right in between Reed and Jay show, they'll be on from 3 until 4, and then they'll be back from 5 until 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Also, a reminder, we've got EST afternoons from 1 until 3. We've got the Oil Stream today in Lock Shop coming up at 11 o'clock with Dusty and Huss. And just for this game today on Play Alberta, the Edmonton Oilers plus 105 on the money line. The Caps minus 123 for this game. Over under for goals 6.5.
In their last 5 meetings in Washington, the Capitals have held an edge, winning 3 of those 5 contests.
Nice.
But I still think that's still kind of close. And today could be the day the Oilers, if they score first, I mean, I guess they have been scoring but they're blowing the leads. I don't know. I feel like the Oilers can win today because they're playing the Capitals, they're playing Ovechkin, they have something to show for, and then they get lazy with teams like Columbus and Buffalo. This is not Columbus and Buffalo.
No. And they got embarrassed, so they have to bounce back.
Yeah. I'm sure they're really rattled now. Like maybe there will be a lot of emotion today.
There should be.
Yeah. Let's get more pot calls and fights in.
What are you giggling at?
I'm laughing at, yeah, there should be emotion. Yeah, there should be.
There should be.
Oh, okay.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
And then I'm laughing at Matty because I was doing the
You
exact
see
same
it too.
thing. I
There's
saw
a
the lights,
cop.
I'm like,
There's
what's going on?
we got flashing
Yeah.
lights, but I don't know if he's pulled anyone over.
I think he did.
Well, no, I don't know
Oh.
if those cars are just parked there or if he pulled one of those cars back.
This This intersection is
It's
a hot
dangerous.
corner.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more accidents. I've
No,
seen
I
one.
know.
Busy.
It's
yeah.
a very weird corner.
Yeah.
And then you just got 2 parking lots right there and another one.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
And you're coming off a major intersection
Yeah.
on 170th and 107th, and then it's pretty quick before the next intersection is.
So you can't put lights here.
No.
That'd be a disaster.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
There's too many spots in this city where there's too many lights in a stretch.
I just put another one on 107th.
Yeah, I was about to say, on
last
that
week.
stretch, there's a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Like, over here, that it's just like
Yeah.
one block and you already got another set of lights.
Yeah.
It takes me, so if I go from my house to the Henday, it takes me like 3 minutes if I hit every light. But within the stretch from when you hit 23rd, there's 1, 2.
Jasmine's right. He's
There's
walking
like-
away from the vehicle.
There's like 8. There's 8 or 9 sets of lights just down Rabbit Hill Road from 23rd to the Henday.
That sounds like St. Albert Trail. Awful. St. Albert, City of St. Albert, shake your head. Terrible job with St. Albert Trail in the light situation.
Yeah, there's 9 in that stretch.
Gross.
So it could take you forever
Yeah.
if you don't catch the lights.
Yeah.
That's St. Albert Trail. It is absolutely putrid going up and down there.
When I saw the dusting of snow last night, I was like, I had to put my alarm for 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah. I did not, and people were very slow today.
Yeah. I was like, 10 minutes earlier really helps.
It does.
Yeah.
Plus,
Now
The dummies come out
imagine
in
that.
15 minutes.
Imagine that. That's the craziest statement
How
I've ever
about
heard.
that?
How about you leave 10 minutes earlier? You might be on time. Oh, really? No way.
and weird, right?
Oh my God.
Clip it.
Maddie.
Clip it.
Maddie?
Oh,
like that's something
God,
you would
that is
say.
the greatest thing ever. No kidding.
Thanks, Tips.
Weird, right?
EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Canada Storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transitions. Find a convenient location nearest you, sentinel.ca. Tom Gazzola, Matt Iwanyk, Shawn Belle, and Jasmine Sidhu with you here on the Hangout. Also, I knew there was a big announcement today. Now I'm seeing, what is Dave Chappelle's coming to Edmonton? December 3rd.
Nice.
No way.
Tickets on sale today at noon.
I will pay
welcome to the
every
nasty
single
chat.
thing I have.
I didn't see. Well, that's how I saw it
I
with
would tell
Chappelle.
everybody.
Yeah, that's
it was
how I
just-
saw it too, because I saw somebody talking about it. Like, wait, when?
Yeah, I saw you when is Chappelle coming. I saw yesterday that it was there was an announcement coming today, and I saw it was December 3rd. Like there was just a date. I'm like, that seems a little quick for some major musical act to be
Yeah.
coming.
December 3rd, you said? Next
yeah.
year?
No, this year.
No!
What?
I'll be on vacation.
Oh, no.
Oh, there we go.
You went from like very excited to disappointed within a second and a half there. What happened?
Don't understand. I know
don't.
everybody loves Dave Chappelle, but I'm one of those people where he is my favorite comedian.
He's in Calgary on the 2nd.
Go
He's
see
in
him
Vancouver on the
Calgary. Go see him
7th.
in Vancouver. That's where you live.
He's in Seattle on the 9th. I see those 4 dates right now.
Oh, okay. 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 I'll figure it out.
Yes.
Oh, one day. The day I leave.
And where are you going?
San Diego.
Okay, I don't know if he's going to San Diego anytime. So
No.
Oh, whatever. By the way, Capitals, their PDO is 99.7.
That's very close. A PDO I don't have time for. It's always regressing back to the mean.
Yeah.
There's better advanced metrics that I think deserve more clout.
This game will be very interesting today. I'm telling you, I just feel it. It's going to be interesting. There's going to be emotion. Everybody will hopefully be happy at the end, but if they're not, you'll at least see them play really. Like they'll I'm not going to say they'll turn the switch on necessarily, but they will have a good game today. How is Winnipeg?
Winnipeg's really good for the most part.
Did you go to the Pal?
The what?
The Palomino?
No. I don't even know what that is.
Man, it's the best bar
Is
in
it?
all of Winnipeg.
No time to
Mondays, it's booty shaking Mondays at the Palomino.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He loves booty shaking
I learned on
Mondays.
Monday a lot of restaurants downtown are closed because it was hard to find a restaurant open on the Monday night to go to.
You should have called me, Earl's Maine.
No,
renovated that one.
actually, so the Monday I went to Elephant and Castle.
I saw on Kayla's Instagram that looks delicious. Those pies that you guys got.
Yeah, she had she got that.
Yeah.
I had to do the Dusty recommendation: chicken tenders and fries with the honey
And?
dill sauce. The honey dill sauce is amazing.
Okay.
Really?
It
I like
is-
honey dill. It's very good.
It is a legit, solid sauce. Like they give you a lot of tendies.
Well, this is what you and Dusty were talking about.
Yeah. So they give you a lot of tendies. I'm not gonna lie. Tenders are tenders. I don't think those are the best tenders I've ever had in my life or anything like that. They were good. The sauce is unbelievable though.
What kind of
And
sauce was
it's
it?
a honey dill sauce.
Honey dill,
I don't know what
okay.
it is, but it's one they should bottle that up and sell it
Really?
because it's that good. Dusty's not wrong on that.
Now, fries as well, or that's purely a chicken sauce?
Oh, you can dip your fries in that too.
Okay, now we're talking.
Like if you have any sauce, you start to me if if you have those good sauce, you start with the fries of making sure you get every last drop of that sauce.
Yeah.
Then they had the malt vinegar on the table, which you put on top
now
of
we're
that.
talking.
But Winnipeg was good. Grey Cup was the festival was mostly solid.
Yeah.
They sold these passes to get into the team parties. They sold a limited number of passes because it also got you into a nightly concert. But not a lot of people want to go to this nightly concert. Really? So not everyone could get to just the team party. Some people just want to come in and go to the team parties.
Right.
Well, who were some of the acts?
Who's the first night? I forgot who the first night was. Second night was Alan Doyle. Third night was the Reclaws. And they were packed.
Yeah. Okay.
The rooms were packed. for that
Live
one.
music. I'm going.
Yeah, a lot of people
it
ended up
elevates,
going
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But it's not everyone wanted that. A lot of people just wanted to get their team pass to go to the parties, and you couldn't do it. You couldn't just go to those.
That's frustrating.
So at times, like when the concert was happening, the rooms would be a little more empty because everyone's gone to the concerts. And so like that part from a festival perspective, they did drop the ball on that in my mind. Like I said, they should sell team passes, but then do another option where you get pass plus the concert. So if you don't want to go to like Haas was messaging me because he wanted to get some people in. And he's like, do you have any extra passes or something? So he had to connect with someone because even Haas couldn't get someone in.
Really?
He had to get through a partner of his, gave him some extra passes, get in, and then they tie it on your wrist, and it's one of those that you can't take off, so you need it for the whole weekend. So you can't even like give it to someone else,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and pass it around easily. So that part was a little disappointing.
Sorry, may I ask? So you're saying the concert was on the grounds there?
So during festival week of Grey Cup,
Yeah.
they were at their convention center.
Okay.
And all the teams have rooms for
Okay.
partying. The Spirit of Edmonton with the Lions Den. I want to talk about that room very quickly here.
I have questions about that.
But then in the Manitoba room, the Winnipeg room, Touchdown Manitoba, they shut it down at night and they put concert in there. So this massive venue, and then at night the acts come out and they perform. So you can go see that. But it's just across the whole convention center, all sorts of part. Riderville, the Prime Minister was at Riderville on the Saturday. There's Stamps House, Spirit of Edmonton with the Lions Den, the Schooners, and then three of the three Ontario teams had a room. Montreal didn't have a room this year. And then there was Touchdown Manitoba. And then there's all sorts of other little parties you can go to away from there, that like for kids and all that stuff. A big area where you can do all sorts of little team games and things like that. But so the team parties are when most people come to go to. They just want to go party in these rooms and go from room to room and stuff.
That sounds bumping.
It's fun.
But
I
they
love
sold
that.
out of these passes. A lot of people didn't know about that there was going to be these passes. So that took away a little bit from it. But beyond that, it was a great time. And I will shout out, Jerry, Johnny, and the whole Spirit of Edmonton. Great job. It was a great room once again. And then the night Saturday there and stuff. I know Dusty was there on Saturday. I'm so glad that they worked out the deal with the BC Lions to get that added room, because if not, they would have had a small room.
Okay.
And they didn't deserve that. So it would have been too busy. Like they needed more room. So they kind of got the little short end of the stick there. But they made that deal with the Lions. But shout out to Ed Hervey and Chris Morris, because I was there Friday, Saturday. Both those guys were there for like
Really?
the whole night talking to people.
I love that.
Anyone could go up and talk to Ed Hervey or Chris Morris. I don't know if I saw in going to the other rooms a GM or a coach be there for as long as I saw Ed and Chris at the Spirit of Edmonton. Ed was there past 12:30 on the Saturday night. So if you were a fan of any team, you could just go walk up to the GM of the Elks or the president of the Elks and have a conversation.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Like that's how open they are. That's how
Yeah.
just welcoming they are. So shout out to them for being that way with their fans. And then the game was great. Stadium's nice. They had there was a point when I got there that they had a concession you couldn't move.
Oh, no.
But I heard some Bombers fans say that they've never seen this before, and they were sold out all year. So something happened, and then it got cleaned up. But beyond that, it was great. So
Was the food
Well done, Winnipeg. Well done, Grey Cup. They did the festival for the most part, outside of the team passes. They did a fantastic job.
So the concession prices and everything were pretty similar across the board.
Didn't look.
Okay.
I don't need it there for those type of things.
Yeah. Your seats were kind of decent. You were lower bowl.
Oh, I was on my own.
Oh, you were on your own. Okay.
Yeah, I stood in the rum hut area.
Oh, okay.
It was awesome. Well, I had a media pass.
Did you
Yeah,
have Rum
okay.
Hut?
No.
Oh.
No. Well, I got a good seat right at the front of it, so I stayed there for the
Were
whole
you
game.
were you cold?
No, brought good amount of clothes. I was just fine.
What was it like -1?
Yeah, -1, -2.
Yeah, that's not
Wasn't
bad.
bad. It was
Brought
good.
some thermals, base layer.
Had nice boots. Had a heated vest.
Oh,
Bought a
that's
heated
nice.
vest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice gloves. I was good to go.
Excellent.
Layer it up a little bit.
Yep.
Winnipeg's nice town. Very nice town.
It's a lot of fun,
Huss is legit a legend of Winnipeg.
as he should be.
Like he had a WST party on the Saturday.
Yeah.
I met two of his. I met Remus for the first time in person, but then also his other two employees, Connor and Liz. And I was talking to Connor and Liz for a while, and it was just like they were like when they got offered the job from Huss, they were just like as they're telling it to me, they're like we're in awe that like Huss would reach out to us.
Really?
Like, Huss is a mayor there. He could be the mayor there with no problem. He would just have to declare and he'd win.
I've only
He
seen
is
Huss
loved.
here in person.
It's his town.
That's amazing.
It's wild.
I like it.
yeah.
I like it.
I haven't been to Winnipeg. I want to go. I hear the people are just the friendliest.
They
get-
have 3 top 10 or top 100 restaurants in Canada.
Really?
Edmonton has none.
You're
they
saying
have
like
3.
Michelin star or just
There's a list
Yeah.
of top 100 restaurants in Canada. Winnipeg has 3 of them. Edmonton has 0.
How do we have none? We have
I know.
we have amazing restaurants
I
here.
know, eh?
Wasn't
Like was
Was
it
it the one
Bodega?
on-
Range
wasn't
Road's
the
one
one
of
at
the top
Range
ones,
Road
yeah.
was amazing.
That's not.
was a top 100 for
Was it?
quite
Which
a while?
one?
Ernest's?
Ernest.
I'm not sure. I know it was up there, but there's a list of 100, and Edmonton doesn't have one there, and
That
Winnipeg
sounds
has 3 of
ridiculous.
them. Which is
That's crazy.
they've got a nice food scene. I'll shout that out. there.
We get cold here, but it gets very, very cold in Winnipeg. I'll give it that.
My cousin Harjan,
That's why it's called Winter Pig.
he did his residency
Yes.
in Winnipeg, and he's like he lives in Vancouver now, like literally Vancouver downtown, and he said he misses Winnipeg. He really thought like he always
it's
talks
fun
really
there.
highly of it.
I've had so much fun in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Now I haven't spent more than like 2 or 3 days at a time there.
Yeah, I've had an awesome time.
Same.
I
Like,
ran
always
into
had a
Joey
good time.
Slattery there.
Joey, great guy.
And he was praising Winnipeg.
He's a
Said
good-
that like
good dude.
when he moved out there, like it's significant. Now they didn't know if they would how long they'd be there, but they're both loving it.
People are super friendly there. They have good people, and they
love
give a
friendly
damn,
people.
which is important.
Yeah,
We do too here, but
but I think the cost of living there is pretty wild, eh?
where Winnipeg?
Yeah,
Is it expensive?
yeah, that's what I heard.
Why?
The houses there are pretty expensive. I don't know why.
Surprises me.
Yeah,
I mean, we have double their population.
I also saw Pat twice, one of our listeners. He was at a golf tournament. He lives out in Saskatchewan. And Jeff in YYZ, and Andrea from Calgary.
Calgary. She was there.
I ran into her and
we
the
met
family.
them. The
Yeah,
whole
ran into
family.
them
They're
on
so
the,
nice.
on the streets.
I love that.
She yelled out to me. I was like, "Oh!" And we had a nice little chat. Her kid, they were at the zoo, and like you
Excellent.
could be under polar bears as they swim. And the kid was very happy to tell me that they saw the polar bear poop. I was like, that is fantastic.
Hey,
Thank you for
that's a
telling me
show.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, Grey Cup was fun. And next year in Calgary, many of us were there in 19.
I think many of us will be there
Yeah.
again in 20.
100%.
Yeah.
It's right there. How can you not?
Well, on the drive, it's just knowing you can drive there. It's even better.
Yeah, and if you have family and stuff, you can
Stay at my
with.
brother's.
Yeah.
Oh, I will be staying at my
Yeah,
brother's.
I have lots of family in Calgary
Yeah.
too. Yeah, that's gonna be a vibe.
Now, it will be, but Kate, I'm glad you said that because when we were there in 19, Maddie, remember it was hit or miss because it was all at that. It's not a convention center, but it's kind of like their agricom outside of, or pardon me,
their
their
expo center.
expo center, if you will. Like Spirit of Edmonton was good, but then you go to other rooms, it'd be a little bit spotty, and then you go outside of
Calgary
there.
was a little quiet.
It was quiet. That's a great way to describe it.
Yeah, I guess Winnipeg, the one thing I'll say, like, a lot of it was near it, that if you left, you didn't see a lot of Grey Cup signs anywhere else. So it's one of those you don't like, and that's where I'll give Edmonton credit. I feel like when something happens big enough like Grey Cup, you leave the area.
Yeah.
There's signage other places
Yes.
though. But even it was to the ride to the airport yesterday that we saw our first sign that like was well enough away that it's showing that the Grey Cup is here type thing.
Yeah, see that we have those like big banners that are in prominent parts of the city and stuff like that. I think that's good. That's a good thing.
The only beef that I have with the Grey Cup is two things, actually. I have two. One is their MVP trophy. That's really sorry looking. It's
They changed it recently.
and I felt like it's I think it was black and then it had like a clear crystal football on top of it.
Yeah.
And it was literally as big as your mug.
I think they've changed it a few times in the last few years.
It needs to be grand. That felt
What
so
would you
bad.
like to see?
Yeah, what do you want to see?
Balling to be like, I'm MVP, like, you know.
Would you like
the
to have like a
headliners.
crystal football?
It could have been
What's
a
it,
bigger crystal
MVP?
football, more sparkly, like a real crystal, maybe. I
Or
don't
just
think.
like a glass football that says MVP?
Sure, how crazy would that be? Because he's holding it with his big hands, and I'm just like, is this for real? For real?
I think they've changed it a bunch in the last few years. Yeah, they have. Remember when Henoch Mwamba won?
Yeah, I just
And they were
look at
like
those.
that. They were big, and it had the Grey Cup logo on top. It wasn't a little.
Okay. Yeah, it's
And that was 3 years ago, I think. Yeah, they've kind of changed it up. I do like what they've done with the East-West trophies, though.
Yeah,
That's
you could put them together.
Yeah.
and it makes the Maple Leaf.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys want to quickly discuss the MGK? Like your thoughts?
Sure.
Because did you see it? Did you see it?
No, I was on the bus driving back home, so I didn't see anything.
Okay, well, I personally, I'm not necessarily a fan of his, but you know, he did an excellent job. He had more passion than the Oilers did have all season yet, and it was nice that
You went there. You went there. Anyway.
man. Okay, but no, anyways, I appreciated that because you know I didn't want him to be like this big time American guy that's like, oh, whatever. So it really was nice. Like he's reaching out to the fans. The only thing I had an issue with is again, CFL stopped cheaping out on the production of the stage. It
It
looked
was
so
small.
ghetto. It looked like you just bought it from a DJ booth company. There's a wall in the back, so the people in the back are not getting the show. It should have been 360, so the like Super Bowl, even if the stage wasn't going to be that
Okay.
big. What?
What?
Well, just right off the bat,
Right.
the NFL has billions of dollars.
I know. I'm not.
Yeah.
The
Shouldn't compare.
CFL doesn't, and then you also have to get enough people to bring it out. You have 20 minutes
Yeah.
for the entire halftime,
Yeah.
or 25
Yeah, that's
minutes.
true.
You got to bring out a stage, put it together, do the performance, be able to take it apart and get rid of it.
But it was literally just a black stage with a couple lights, and it was so dark.
But I was watching them put that out there, and it took them a bit to put that out there. Like, you're also going to the Winnipeg and Edmontons of the world. You're not going to Vegases of the world that have all that equipment right there, ready to go. Like, it's to say don't cheap out. Well, they don't have the money for that, though.
But they could still make a stage that's 360 without like a background. Do you understand? Like that just seemed archaic to me.
But they could do that, but it also might take longer to build, but it also costs more money, and the CFL doesn't have that money.
That's true.
Little things like the lights could have been brighter. Like it was just little things. It just didn't. I don't know. It looked like you were at Union Hall or something.
Hey, it's a good time there.
It is.
I didn't mind MGK. I only know maybe one or two of his songs. I did appreciate him as Tommy Lee in the biopic of Motley Crue, but I liked it. You're right. Good energy.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
MGK is
Tempo.
good.
was good.
He's a good
Yeah.
guy. Like, he's one of those artists that can kind of go between different genres all
Yeah.
the time. I mean, he did have a rap career for a while.
Until
obviously,
Eminem got a hold of him.
He did decide to pick a fight with old Eminem, but that kind of derailed it. But I mean, even before that, he was still going from the rap game to
Like
alts
punk
and then
rock or
rock and
whatever.
then back, and so he was like back and forth. And he's got a lot of songs,
Yeah.
so he does a good job. So when I saw that he was going to be the guy, I'm like, oh, good for you, CFL.
I don't think it has to be a Canadian artist. Like there's
No.
and Maddie, you're talking about like
Absolutely
the fan festival leading up to the game and the concerts every night, and those are Canadian artists. We've got amazing, great Canadian artists that we feature. If there's a prominent one that's available at the time, put them on that stage.
The NHL
Sure.
can't even get a guy like that.
NHL.
Well,
Yeah.
So there you go.
There was a couple of
Good for you, CFL.
girls that came down from upper deck to down, and they were from. They were talking to the guys next to me, and they were from like they've been to Grey Cups before. They're not. It didn't seem like they were the biggest CFL fans.
Yeah.
but they were all in. They came mostly because it was MGK. Like that's the point of these acts. To me, it's the fest. If you have the week to bring artists, bring the Canadians there.
Yeah.
They also had Brad Plazy playing on the Friday night.
No.
But for the halftime, I get the biggest known. I think what it starts with is there a big enough Canadian that matches anyone else? Like next year, better be Tate McRae. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yeah.
It has to be Tate McRae. It's her hometown. She's a big enough name.
Yeah.
She's a massive name.
Yeah, fair.
Next year's
Yes.
Grey Cup, you've got to have that already locked in.
Yeah.
It better be Tate McRae. Canadian as well, Calgary, all that. But
Yeah.
if you can't check those boxes right off the bat, I think you find who's the biggest name that you can get. Who's our biggest? Like Green Day is going to go down as one of the greatest Grey Cup halftime
was
performances we
They
have.
had Jonas Brothers, right?
That last year's
Yeah,
Jonas
so if they
Brothers.
can
That was
afford,
good.
that was great, actually.
Yeah.
And if they can afford the Jonas Brothers, they can afford Tate McRae.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's got a big enough audience that it's appealing to international artists, right? Like, what did they say the numbers? How many million watch the Grey Cup?
4 million.
Yeah, just
That's-
4.1, I think
Ooh,
it
that's
was.
down, isn't it?
No, it's up 12% from last year. And overall, it reached at some point just over 10 million Canadians tuned in at some point.
Okay. Well, that has been higher in the past. This one,
But in the past, we're talking like it hasn't been this high. I don't think they've had numbers like this since like the mid 2010s.
Yeah.
And cable cutting has happened. And
Yeah,
like you aren't going to see those numbers too high unless you have Canada Olympics, Blue Jays, and a World Series
Right.
type thing. Canada at the World Cup.
the numbers across the board this year, TV wise, were up. Attendance was up slightly, so that's good. That goes against all those people saying the CFL's dead. Although I will say this, vibe wise, it feels like, and it's a plight of the CFL. People just want to like poo poo it without even really opening their minds to it, which is disappointing.
Yeah, you're right. As you guys know, I've been watching the CFL now, and I promised myself I'd give priority to the Grey Cup over NFL that day. That game was trash.
It really
that
was.
Nighter game, by the way. But it was funny because in my group chat, I'm like, guys, like this and this is happening. This is, and then some of my cousins were like, no, we're watching the NFL. And I know you said
That's
you
so
went to a
disappointing.
bar, and then some people asked for the NFL. That's fair. You can
Yep.
have like 2 TVs up, but it is the Grey Cup. You should give it a chance. They're Canadian.
Yes, absolutely.
I understand like the whole like Saskatchewan and Montreal isn't the most sexiest matchup maybe, but
It's still a fun game to watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just getting that casual fan hooked in again, and it's gonna take making the CFL sexier,
Well,
and
sure.
more enlightening or entertaining and appealing.
But I will say it was really awkward at the beginning when the scoreboard said 1-0.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be a thing of the past.
No, it's not. The Rouge is
What's
still there.
weird?
Well, the Rouge will be mitigated
but
and
it's not a thing of
minimized
the
as it
past.
should be.
Not to, be touchy on the subject.
You're gonna see very, very few occurrences of the Rouge, I hope.
Kamish got booed big time.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
The
oh,
commish-
yeah.
the commish?
I went back and I found the
Yeah.
audio of it on TV to watch it after.
Yeah,
They
you
muted
hear
that
it.
a little bit. I'm telling you, Stuart Johnson was booed heavily.
He was.
The commish
yeah.
or
Both.
somebody else?
The Prime Minister was booed.
The
There was
Prime
there was
Minister was
there was a
booed
mix. Like there was
Yeah.
straight up a good mix of cheers and boos.
On which one?
The Prime Minister.
I was listening to audio. I didn't hear a cheer.
I didn't hear one
I was
cheer.
there and there were cheers.
Was there? Okay.
Yes.
'Cause
Like it was. I was in that stadium, and so was my girlfriend, and she heard cheers.
'Cause like
She said she heard more cheers than I did.
Like I
'Cause
said,
thought
I
there
was
a little
on
more
the
boos.
I was on the bus, so I was like trying to listen to it, and I'm like, is that booing? And I kept like putting my phone up because it went for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So
I guess-
It wasn't 2 minutes,
From
but
what I
like
heard
being
on-
there, it was like it was a
Yeah.
mix.
You
Yeah.
saw him. Okay, when you saw the Prime Minister on the screen, is that when the booze started? Because that's what Twitter was saying. And they said the cameraman had to pan away.
Yeah, well, but yeah, and there was also cheers. He got announced, and then there was cheers and booing. Like there was, I would say if I had to go, it's probably 60-40.
Okay.
booze to cheers or cheers
Booze
to
to
booze?
cheers. But there was cheering, and then Stuart Johnson was outright booed. It was heavy. Like it was like when he was announcing the Riders were winning, it was just boos until he was about to say, "I'd like to congratulate the Riders," and then the Rider fans just cheered.
So is it now we're at a point where just the commissioners are getting booed,
That's
or people are
exactly
like
right.
legitimately they're mad
This
because
they're
they
mad.
think that
The
He has
rules?
taken the game and he's completely tried to Americanize it.
This one's about the rules.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
There's
it because these rules are gonna make the game better.
How do those rules help these playoffs be better than what we just saw?
I don't know. I just think it makes the game more appealing. I'm all for them, and I think the anger is silly. Like the goalpost to the back, good. Smaller field. I don't understand the 55 being nullified. I don't like it. But the smaller end zones, good. Benches on opposite sides, good. Play clock, don't care. That's minimal, I think. Minimizing the rouge, good.
So, okay, like just, I'm not trying to antagonize or stir the pot. What are the actual rules or things that people are so concerned about that it's going to turn this, like they're worried that the game's going to be so
You're going to
different?
see more punting and less field goals.
Why is there going to be less punts though?
Because the field goal post is 15 yards further.
Oh, okay. That's
So
what-
now
yeah.
if the ball is at the 30 instead of a 37-yard field goal, that will be a 43-yard field goal.
Get a better kicker.
Or be more efficient offensively.
The thing is, but you're settling for field goals now. Like if you have better kickers, you're going to the NFL. You're not getting those kickers. Like, and I just used to like it's really more the 35 to the 45-yard line where you are kicking 40-some to 55-yard field goals. Now you're getting pushed out of field goal range. So now what do you do? That's the concern. And football coaches historically do not go for aggression. They go for being more conservative.
Yeah.
And we saw it in the game this past Grey Cup. There was a point where I think it was midfield. I think it was Jason Moss. It was like it was Corey Mace. It was like a 3rd and 2. No, I think it was Moss. And Moss, midfield, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. He instead elected to punt when their team probably could go get that. Our coach is now going to go for that. No, you're going to see more. There's a lot of people like me that think you're going to see more specialized punting. Yeah, I could go get a better kicker, or I could just get a good punter to play field position and pin you deep. I'm going to pooch kick this to get close because that field goes further. And then you have games like I'll use Calgary and BC, for instance, where it was back-to-back field goals late in that game. You're not getting back-to-back field goals because you can't kick those field goals anymore. So that exciting at the very end is gone.
But there's a couple things happening now. Kickers are starting to make, first of all, kickers are starting to make 60-plus yard field goals more and more regularly, which is insane.
In the CFL,
Not yet, but I'm sure they're not far behind.
they're also using different footballs down south for kicking. They've juiced their footballs for kicking.
What? Because there's kicking balls in the CFL too.
There's new kicking balls for the NFL this year that they've added.
And
And that's
guess
why you're
what?
seeing people go deeper.
Guess what? We'll probably see that up here. I wouldn't be surprised. Remember there was a big to-do and complaining from Sergio Castillo about the chip in the ball 2 seasons ago. That went away very quickly. I'm sure the CFL will adapt. And then also in the NFL, although we are seeing these monster kicks happening with these new balls, the kickers are being let go left, right, and center if they're not efficient.
Right, but the thing of the NFL is we're seeing certain kickers hit those 60. They're not all. It's not 32 kickers hitting 60 yards.
No, that's true,
So
but
if you
we're
have a
starting to see
CFLer
that.
get a 60-yarder, they're going to the NFL.
Okay, so legit question. So you're not going to see the field goals going back to back, right? So because of the
You have to now
goalposts
go a
are-
little further
Yes.
longer to tie football
But if
games.
you go out and you get a good kicker, that's going to put you in a coffin corner, right? Or you put you in a bad spot on the field, right? So now your defense is good. You limit that particular team from putting up and moving the ball efficiently. Doesn't that help your own field positioning, which would then, if you do a good job on defense and then you kick it to the 5-yard line, that team gets 15. When they kick that ball back, well, you're instantaneously in way better.
right,
Your
but
field position's better, which would actually give you the opportunity to score.
right,
more.
but the way the rules are now is instead of punting and I kick a field goal, I got 3 points. The other team gets the ball in good field position. They go score a touchdown. That's 10 points. Whereas in your position, where we might only get 7 points now out
it's
of those couple
dependent on
possessions.
what is good field position after you kick the ball to me.
The CFL, I think the average start time is between the 35 and the 40. So, okay, maybe I'm getting field goal. So now you're getting 6 points out of this from both sides, whereas the other one, that other team would have to, we're not saying they're getting a touchdown, that's going to be 3 points maybe. You're taking away more scoring to play the field position game. Like the CFL is a higher scoring game than the NFL right now.
Yes, it is.
Like, and
so then I'm just saying
they're not
based off
putting
of
rules that are making scoring points that much easier.
If it's a higher scoring game, and if you're now playing more of a field position battle and it's already a higher scoring game, does that not make it a higher scoring game?
No, but you're taking away points because you're taking away field goals.
In theory, you're taking away points. Will it actually happen though?
Like I'm asking like legitimately. I'm not trying to stir the pot. I'm legitimately asking.
Like it's 3rd and 7 at the 40. Are you going to go for a 55-yard field goal, or are you going to coffin corner it, or are you going to go for it? Right now, a 3rd and 4 at the 40 is a 47-yard field goal. No, so I got that wrong. That's a 57-yard field goal.
It's 7 yards from the snap.
7 yards back, plus then add 15 or whatever. They say that's like you're not kicking that field goal. You've eliminated kickers from field goals points significantly. So now you have to go for it, or you're coffin cornering it. And coaches, they don't like going for it.
Is there going to be more run backs though? Because now you've kicked it. The guy just hangs out. Is there going to be more opportunities to punt return? Like, not even punt returns, but if you go for that if you go for that field goal, it's just the guys that go for it and they think they can make it and they're short. Well, the guy standing in the end zone like he wouldn't, you still have the opportunity to run it out. If
they're short, that kicker's going to start. They're going to, if he's short for 2 of those kicks, he's going to stop kicking those. They're going to know the range isn't there and they're never going to go for it again.
Yep.
Like, I don't see how these rules help what we saw this year and make them better. I don't know how they make this game better with what we just saw over these playoffs.
I think aesthetically is where it'll be more appealing to people and it'll make more sense. And I think that's you see a lot of rhetoric from those that are naysayers of the league that dump on, the field goal posts are at the front. That's stupid. The field's so big. That's stupid. Well, now that argument's going to be nullified to a certain extent.
And are any of those people going to start watching?
Maybe.
I highly doubt that.
I doubt it too, but
so we made rule changes to placate people's comments in the league that are never going to watch the league.
Potentially. I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be curious to see what happens and how it's going to all play out. Because I do think, like, coaches and teams always adapt to different scenarios and different situations. And, the CFL, like you have mentioned, is a higher scoring league. So is there opportunity, just based on what you see from the game to increase scoring? I mean, I don't know. Is it as simple as, like, we talk about the coffin corners? Like, is that a way that you're going to increase scoring? I don't personally know, but I am very curious to see how it's going to play out. And I'm not going to make a judgment until I actually see it play out. That's kind of where I'm sitting. But I agree with all the different points that are there, but I was genuinely curious because when you hear the rules and you say, okay, well, there's no rouge, I'm like, thank God. Mm-hmm. But there
still is a rouge.
It's modified. But I wanted to know the other ones to say, okay, is it legitimately going to impact the way that the game's played?
And we're not getting most of those rule changes next year. Yeah. Next year will be the final really true Canadian Grey Cup winner if you want to go with the 55-yard line and all that, and 20-yard end zones. That is going to happen next year. Next year, we're going to see the 35-second play clock. Which I'm all for as long as it doesn't mess with the final 3 minutes of a football.
Yeah, that's fair.
It can't be running during those final 3 minutes. There needs to be pauses and restarts and all that because even this past Grey Cups, Montreal got that ball back and you just never know.
Yeah.
I don't want that changed, but the 35-second play clock I think will lead to more plays being called in the CFL, which is better.
Okay, with the field being shortened. 5 yards off the end zones being shaved off and then going to a 50-yard line instead of a 55. Someone the other day mentioned a theory to me that now opens up the CFL field to like 70% of the stadiums in North America.
Yes.
Not just in Canada.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's easier to put new stadium
CFL field in an American stadium.
Yeah, or to find a more soccer specific, put it there for Toronto, BMO. Yeah. But okay. But if the game's worse, if there's less scoring, is that worth it?
I get it. What I'm getting at too here is there was some people that suggested, could the league be looking at expanding more than just to one more team? Could they look south of the border and try to get 3 or 4 more teams in the
Well,
league, or 5.
You can't go that. You can't. If you're ever going to go to America, you can't go more than one. Because
And I
then
don't
Canada
think-
will never win the Grey Cup. A Canadian team will never win the Grey Cup.
yeah, and I don't think
Because there
it
will
can
be no
deep
Canadian
south
rules.
either.
I don't like
Like, I
the
feel
idea
like it
of
needs to be somewhere
American
on the
teams in there.
on the border.
Yeah, I don't.
Close in there.
I don't like the idea of going back to the U.S.
I will also say this: it may fit in more stadiums, but one thing I was paying attention to when I went to the game in Winnipeg is now where I was standing. Like the field is right into the stadium of Princess Auto, and in Saskatchewan, it's right into the stadium. They built the stadium around those. And where I was standing, I was looking. I'm like, well, now the end zone is much further away from me. And there's a lot of seats now in a couple of stadiums that those fans have they had their seats, and now they're further away from the action because of these rule changes. And I don't think that all of a sudden the Riders and the Bombers are going to ask for less money for those seats.
An American that does watch the CFL is Chris Berman. He had featured the Grey Cup on his 3 fastest minutes
Love
during
when he
the
does
Thursday
that.
nighter.
It's a tradition. He's done that forever.
Yeah. Really cool.
Good
to
touch,
see.
eh?
Yeah, it was nice to see on like their ESPN platform that's being broadcasted. So
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they get a little bit of love down in the States.
Yeah.
Certain people. It is nice to see.
Dusty could probably speak to this. I think he's more in tune with the numbers, but when they put those games on CBS Sports Network, there is like 100 and something thousand people down south watching. They'll watch on CBS.
People love football down south.
Yeah.
If it's on, they'll watch it.
Yeah.
That's why high school football is like insane.
No doubt.
Like when I played in Tri-City, which is Washington State, you don't generally think football Washington State. You think Texas for the most part. But like we had to avoid playing on Fridays because the high school games would get more than us.
Yeah.
And so we played more Saturday games. We played weekday games. Like we tried to generally avoid Friday nights at home until like January. So
I believe it. I mean, and again, like there was a couple games that I had buddies down in the States send me pictures like, why are you on CBS right now?
yeah,
Like, I don't know, because we're on there.
because Americans love football.
Yeah.
And that'll never change. So good. Put that CFL down there.
That's right.
But then
Get that love.
the problem is if there's more teams down there, they do not have to abide by
No, I don't
racial
think that.
rules,
I don't think
'cause
that
it
they
goes
should
against
have to
labor laws.
go.
Well, it's against labor
What
laws.
I mean is like put the game on TV down there, not necessarily
yes.
like expand there.
Well, thankfully, the Grey Cup was on CBS Sports Network. I don't think any of the playoff games were. And outside of the Thanksgiving game in Montreal, I don't think they really carried any games post Riders Bombers rematch, or was it Riders Bombers Labor Day? Can't remember which one it is. That CBS Sports didn't have anything going on. So they need to just increase that a little bit more. And it'll be fascinating over the next 12 months to hear what happens with the next TV deal. Because that next season's the last year TSN has out of this deal.
Could you ever see a merger between what is the USFL?
No.
That was discussed during COVID about the CFL joining the XFL at the time, which the XFL has turned with the USFL
Yeah.
to make the UFL. No, they're going to smaller markets. They're keep going smaller.
They're
It was
dying.
The people that
UFL is?
and the people that
Is
wanted
is
to
the Rock
praise.
out yet?
They're in big trouble. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, no,
Maddie's getting to that.
Well, they're going to centralize. They got rid of team GMs.
Yeah.
The league's now going to be in charge of all of that. They've gone to smaller markets. Everyone that was saying the CFL will die if they don't join with the XFL. Well, which one's around and which one isn't?
Yeah, the
anymore?
CFL was never going to die. The CFL's been around forever.
It would have died if they joined that league.
Yep.
Yeah. I do agree with that.
Because they had XFL and USFL, and they merged under one umbrella. And you see games that were on national TV, and there's like 8,000 people in a 40,000 seat stadium. You're like, this is not good. Even the Battlehawks struggled with attendance, I think.
The biggest problem the CFL has right now is not the rules. It's not the game. It comes down to specifically that there is a network in this country that doesn't cover them. And that somehow they have to fix.
Yeah.
Sportsnet does not cover the Canadian Football League, really. There was a day last week, I threw on Sportsnet quickly on their website, and there was like nothing CFL on it, and it's Grey Cup week. There's a majority of this country that just subscribes to Sportsnet because that's where they get their NHL.
Yeah.
And if they're never being told anything about the CFL, that's going to hurt the interest.
Yeah.
And they own a team in the Canadian Football League. They are 67% owners or whatever it is now of a team in the Canadian Football
So
League.
then it comes down to marketing the game.
But somehow either Rogers, they got to make a decision. Are you in or are you out on the Argos? Because if you're in on the Argos, tell your Sportsnet people to start covering all the leagues. That's a property of yours. You may not have the TV rights, but you own that team.
Yep.
Or sell the team. But as long as Stuart Johnson needs to figure that out, as long as people that watch Sportsnet are never basically going to be told anything that's going on in the CFL, you will have a tough time.
But isn't that always been a problem with the CFL is they don't market themselves well enough? And so we can sit here and talk about whether Sportsnet does or they don't, or TSN does or they don't. Like, to me, when you look at just the CFL in its entirety, I don't think that each city, the teams, I don't think they market themselves well enough.
I would agree, but I will take that one step further, and I think the CFL doesn't do a good enough job of marketing it themselves. They leave it to the teams, and they should do a national marketing.
It should be all hands on deck. Everybody's trying to push. Everybody's trying to get, like, you look at Elks games. Well, Elks games are very, very, well, it's very telling because there is an older generation of people that go to those games. Mm-hmm. The younger generation, they're not going to those games. So how do you get them in there? Like, that's the first thing that if I'm sitting back and I'm watching and saying, how do I get these younger people into this game? Do I got to increase the show value of it? Do I got to go hit all the the colleges, universities, and say, okay, well, like we're having student night? Like,
they
tell
do.
me, I know that they do, but you don't. You know, if you go to the game, you don't know. Like when I was working at Nate,
yeah, I agree. But
there was never anything that was there. Like, and so I go back to the question of, hey, there's a lot of people that love the Elks. There is. But that's a generation that starts somewhere in this area here and it goes to here. But when you go to the other side.
Okay. How do you get more Jazzy, Kieran's, and Sands to these games? And like, I'm using Jazzy because this is an example, and you said it, like you're now following it. You went to almost all the games this year.
I went to so many games.
Yeah,
they're fun.
Now, here's the thing. I noticed this in Calgary, and I'm like, well, this doesn't happen back in Edmonton. The young people do go to the games. In their 20s. Yep. The people in their 20s and their 30s, they go to the games, and they're either wearing Stamps gear or they're actually dressed up like they're going out. And I was talking to my A2, and I was like, wow, like people come here and they show up to like show off or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're coming to an event. Whereas in Edmonton, you wear jeans and a hoodie. A lot of people wear Elk stuff, but it's gotten to the point where you only have like 10,000 people in the building because of how bad the team has been and everything, that you see the same people. But at the Stamps games, I'm looking around the crowd and I'm like, those girls look like they're dressed to go out right after this, and they're dialed in. They got like a Stamps hat on, and then they're dressed nice. They're gonna take the hat off and go out to the bar after, or they're wearing a Stamps jersey, and then you could tell like they're done up to go out. And same with the guys. Like it's a part of a night out down there, and that to me struck me as a contrast to the mentality in general of how they approach a Stamps game down there to how we as Edmontonians approach an Elks game.
Does
up here.
that go more to the fact that Calgary's been better over a longer stretch of time?
I think there's a more positive
there's
thought when you go, hey, we want to go to a Stamps game?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, girls, go get dressed up. All right, guys, we got to go out. We're going to have a good time.
My follow-up to that then is, okay, so if you look at that where it's like, okay, these people are looking like they're ready to go out, does that not also then say, like, influence the bar scene? So here in the city, I know that I think it was Hudson's that had something right for a long time. Where like you catch the bus, you head off to the game, but like, wouldn't that be an easy way for a lot of different restaurants to then say, oh, we can capture an audience immediately? Because like the summer is great for going out, but like we've seen in the city, once June hits and the Oilers are done, or July hits and the Oilers are done, there is a significant drop off. Well, in that particular time, the Elks are playing. So like, wouldn't that be just an easy way to just immediately capture that right back? And then you have it, like you just mentioned, where it's like part of a night out?
I will tell you, when the Elks start winning, not if, but when they start winning, there will be higher attendance by everybody. You need a winning team. You're not going to go see a loser team even though the ticket prices are pretty fair and the concession, everything is fair. In order to get people out, they want to go see a winning team.
Yeah.
Right? That is the big factor here, as we mentioned. Like, Elks have been winning all these years. That's why you feel like the attendance is low. And I promise you, there are going to be some bougie ass babies there once the Elks
like
are
it.
winning. You have my word on that one, actually.
Yeah.
So Chris Gann just said in the Nasty Chat that Ratnan's going to have a hearing. Did you see what happened yesterday?
Did you see Patrick Waugh go crazy on him?
Loved all of it.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Don't like that hit.
No.
Now, in Rantanen's defense, he does get pushed too. That's a very small
So
defense.
dangerous,
Small defense. But this is something that the NHL, in my opinion, needs to fix ASAP because they've taken away those east-west hits when guys aren't looking, the Mark Savards. So they got rid of that. Okay, I understand getting rid of that. But the cross-check in the back, 3 feet from the wall, needs to disappear immediately because that right now is the most dangerous thing going in the game. Because what happens if that guy doesn't go knees, square up, face first? What if he trips 3 feet from the wall? We're talking about some serious stuff. We've seen some really close to bad ones here. Connor McDavid got cross-checked 3 feet from the wall against, it was Anaheim, and he went straight head first in the wall. Luckily, he wasn't majorly hurt. Like, there's that one to me is, what are we doing?
That's fair.
It's the most dangerous play.
Well, we had the stop sign on the back of our jerseys when we were kids.
But it's not even the
that
full
was
hit
happening.
from behind. It's the cross check. It's that we're
extra push.
racing for that puck. And me as a defenseman, I want to get this puck first. I want to get my body positioning in front of you so that you can't go get the puck. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking about as I'm skating, I'm going to get cross-checked in the hips. As soon as I get cross-checked in the hips, all bets are off because that's where your stability is. So if you're cross-checking the guy in the area that he's trying to become most stable, well, you'll see more of that stuff. And we have seen lots of it. Kane used to get penalties all the time for cross-checking guys in that exact area, and they'd go head first in the boards.
It's dangerous.
It's so dangerous.
Quickly, I just want official drink of the EST Hangout. Finished long drink. Legend in 1952. Drink unlike any other. Sparkly refreshment. Real liquor. Longdrink.com/Canada is where Ken supposed to go to find a liquor store establishment nearest you with the long drink in stock. How happy are you that the Dolphins have won 3 straight?
Yo.
Pissed. Pissed. Are you kidding me? Come on,
straight,
guys.
man.
Come
Three
on.
straight.
Yeah.
They're going to win again this weekend. What are you doing?
Well, you might as well win now.
No,
It's over.
you
not
should
getting
have
tanked.
tanked and
I
got
know,
a guy.
but it's over now. You're not tanking anymore. So now I think you have to go for it.
What
Get as
the
many wins.
blank are you doing?
3 straight, baby.
And Tua wants to play in Jerusalem.
Tua, you know what? Tua, stop
my
talking.
God,
Just shut your mouth, Tua.
You want to know something? Dolphins might win their next 2.
I know they're
Saints, Jets.
I know
they're
they
gonna
are.
go on a 5-game win streak.
I know they are. That's the problem. They're going to probably end up in playoff contention.
And then they're going to lose to the
And
Steelers.
then they're gonna be out right
beat
away.
the Bengals, lose to the Bucks, lose to the Patriots. That's probably how
You
it'll
don't
go.
know about the Steelers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not practicing, but he's going to be playing.
I hope he's not. Well, he left the game last
Well,
night.
No, he's playing.
if Rodgers
He's
is out,
good.
then we're beating the Steelers too.
Are you sure he's playing?
Yes. I am positive.
Well, if he's out and not practicing, how do you know that he's playing?
I think because he's healing from his wrist injury, because he's not going for surgery. And I believe it was his left wrist that's injured.
They can't even do things right.
What?
They can't even tank right.
Miami?
Yeah.
He's hoping to play versus the Bears. It's a hoping to play.
Hoping means yes.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Well, there's a chance he's not feeling well that day if he's not practicing, that you're trying to rest it up. But if he can't throw and he got pulled out of a game, you're not going to put him out there.
Bills and Texans tomorrow. We can talk about that tomorrow. I'll be back on tomorrow, by the way.
Nice.
That line changed. I think it was it went to -6 now, but I think before that it was like -3.5. That'll be interesting to watch. CJ Stroud is still injured as well. There's like few. Shedeur Sanders is going to start against the Raiders. That'll be interesting. What? You want to talk about Miami?
No.
What?
Poor Shedeur Sanders, like, he's going to end up in the exact same way that Gabriel is. They don't have an O-line, and those guys just get destroyed.
How about him getting jacked at his home while he's making his NFL starters debut?
$200,000 worth of
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah. How do you, when you have so much, like his dad has a lot of money too, right? How do you not have proper security? I don't understand. How do people get robbed? You like, if you're not going to hire security, as soon as you like press a gate or something, like it alerts the company.
You do know people just went into France a couple months ago and stole something from a major museum.
Wasn't it like crown jewels?
Yeah.
Okay, and they got arrested. And did you?
Yeah, but like that is one of the most heavily secured spots that you're going to find, and people still robbed it. So
Because I think there was like the password.
I don't think you're
everything
gonna-
was like literally password.
I don't think you're going to pay the exact same price as like be able to afford their security.
It's wild that all these athletes and movie stars are being targeted. Like they said, Keanu Reeves, he had like $1 million worth of stuff stolen and like a Rolex.
I wouldn't be trying to go after John Wick.
One of the watches, one of his Rolexes that was engraved for John Wick 4, I think, was recovered.
You know he's going to find you.
You killed his dog.
Man, that guy, like, there's been videos of him on the range, like in the shooting range.
Keanu Reeves?
He is John Wick.
But everyone says he's the nicest guy.
Sounds
Yeah.
good until you steal $1 million from him.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like Liam Neeson. Same thing. He might be a nice guy too, but just that voice, I will find you. I'm not touching him.
Was the new Lethal Weapon good?
I don't know. I haven't seen
It's
it.
on Amazon now, I heard.
Is it?
I think so.
I can't watch anything on Amazon because of the commercials.
It is painful.
Over under for Play Alberta, playalberta.ca. Download the app, visit them, playalberta.ca. EST Sports Deposit 50, get a free 50. I've been saving this one. Unfortunately, we only have a little bit of time. But I'm going to set the over under at, I think, 73.5 wins of OKC this year.
73.5.
I'm going to set it at 73.5. They are 14-1 through 15 games. I believe the record is the Warriors had 73 the year that they lost in the final in the end.
yeah,
The Bulls, when they went 72 wins, they won the title. So they, I will say, have the greatest season ever, but the greatest regular season ever is the Warriors at 73. The Thunder are at 14 wins in 15 games. I think
lost
I
against
looked.
Portland, don't
They're
they?
on pace
Yeah,
to.
Kingsburg City's Portland.
They're on pace for 76-ish, 77 wins. Do we see the greatest regular season ever by this Thunder team?
That is such a good question. I want to say
Under?
yeah. I want to say yeah. They're making it look easy.
Duck
So you're
Dad
going
and
over?
Big Uke are both saying over.
Yeah, over.
Jazzy says over.
I'm having a tough time not saying over.
I'll say under to be pessimistic.
They're so good.
Balzi. Their line today is minus 18.5 against
They are
Sacramento.
so good. And it's crazy to me that they can get better next year
Because of the Clippers pick.
because of the 2 picks they have. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like that guy, whoever the GM is there, should win GM of the year, GM of the century.
Sam Priesty, is that it?
GM of the century. Nominate him right now. He went out and got 4,000 first round picks, so they're going to be good forever. And you've got your core 3 or 4 guys locked up, and so it doesn't even matter what you do with your bench. You're just going to bring in another top 10 first round guy to the team that's already there. It's insane.
They are 4th in the league in points per game. They are best in the league in terms of opposition points per game at allowing the fewest. So they're the 4th highest scoring team and have the number 1 defense.
It's crazy.
Do you think it'll be over?
When I saw that number today, at the very least, like I remember when the Warriors were going through it. It was about this time I got into Warriors Watch, and I remember Josh Clausen and I would always be talking about it. And I'm like, I think they can do it.
Yeah.
I think I'm at a point where I think the Thunder will do it.
Wow.
75
the over.
wins. That's what I think.
The only thing is, like, I remember that Warriors team. Like, there's always those stumbles, and you know, you could sit there and say Portland. I remember that Warrior team at one point they lost to a bad Lakers team. So like you get those stumbles, and there's going to be more back to backs, things like that. But I think 74, 75 is kind of the number I'd look at. I'll say 74. I'm on the watch, though. I'm on the watch officially now of watching
Man,
this.
it's impressive.
How many losses did the Warriors have by the New Year?
Like, what an absolute fleecing. Somebody just in the Nasty Chat just talked about how they held out for all those picks for Paul George. What an absolute fleecing.
That's going to go down as one of the greatest,
you
the
got
worst trades
Shea
ever.
and 1,000 first-round picks from the Clippers.
And he's not even there anymore.
Oh. GM of the century.
Hey, what happened with the whole Kawhi thing? That's really gone away quickly.
That
hasn't it?
The NBA just kept pushing it away.
Yeah, I just didn't
I think
talk about
Pablo
it.
Torre is still going. So the Warriors, when they got 73, went 3-0 in October, 16-0 in November, 11-2 in December. So they only had 2 losses in December. They had 2 in January, 1 in February, 2 in March, 2 in April.
Damn.
But there was only 2.
Which
Watching December, this is when the Warriors got 73.
Which year was that, though? Sorry?
15-16.
15-16?
So I'll be fascinated to see if they can keep it to one more loss this calendar year.
Because then they're going to go
fully on.
Then those comparisons are going to come back again, right?
Which ones?
Because remember, I think the Warriors were being compared to the Bulls.
Well, because the Bulls had the 72 wins, but they won the title.
Yeah.
The Warriors ended up winning 73, but lost the title that year to
Yeah.
LeBron. Is that the year they blew the 3-1 lead?
It might have been.
I think it might have been.
Raptors also are doing really well.
What are they
Raptors
at?
are hot
They're 9 and
right
5.
now.
They're third in the East.
Oh, wow.
The Pistons only have 2 losses.
But the Raps
way.
have won 8 of their last 9. They've been on fire lately,
Yeah.
and they're winning. Like, I watched the end of the game recently. They didn't allow who was it, Charlotte, to score in the last minute and a half of the game.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah,
Canada's
block after block after
Oh,
block.
is that what they're called?
Canada's team?
Yeah.
Toronto Raps.
Jimmy Bucket's huge addition
Sure.
though to GS right this year.
Rip
Yeah.
said, under investigation still, the NBA said no decision will be made before the All-Star game, which is convenient in that it's in the Clippers arena this year.
Oh.
So just have
Yeah.
that out there.
Weird how that works.
Yeah, I feel like we're in history watch now when it comes to the Thunder.
I agree with
think
you.
we have to be.
I agree with you big time.
Yeah, totally. Also that whole scandal with the gambling also kind of took over that Kawhi stuff too, right? People are more
That's a good
concerned.
point.
More concerned with that news because that one's really juicy.
The gambling one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
The
crazy.
mafia and all of that, right? So,
Well, like, we don't really have tons of time to talk about it, but
We
at
have a
what
minute.
point will some of these leagues start trying to find ways to mitigate the amount of access their players have? And the reason I ask that question
Access to what?
to the players and being able to get them to gamble, to do all those things, because when we had our show, the KHL show, and we talked about how, well, Russia's a place that those things may or may not happen, but there is lots of times where teams will send a driver and you got to go sleep in an army barracks the night before and the night at, like that night of the game, so that you don't have access to anybody. They can't find you, so
Good
that you
luck
can't bet.
getting that through the CBA.
Well, I
Yeah,
agree on
totally.
that,
Good luck
but there's
getting that
got to
through
be
the CBA.
something, because you can't keep having those headlines.
But the flip side, that's the more negative way of looking at it. I look at it a positive way, is that we're finding these things. These things were happening. They were always happening. They didn't just start.
Oh no, they have
And
not
now, though,
just
there's the
started.
data to watch it, and we could pick up on weird betting lines and attack the players that are doing something. That some of those lines, like the Porter one, I think it would have been, or maybe it was the one with the Heat. We would have that could have happened 15 years ago, and no one would have ever paid attention to it
Yep.
because no one's following the betting lines.
Yeah.
But now that it's so public and the leagues are watching that, they're seeing, why is this player getting the under on a 0.5 rebounds or something for today, and he's leaving the game early, and there's this huge number. I'll look at it the other way and says, you don't always have to do anything, because now we're paying attention closer. So
It's wild.
thank you to everyone for tuning in to the, sorry,
Penner's Pancakes just said that that it looks like there will be no discipline for Ratnan,
Oh, there's
as according to Sportsnet. Yeah.
next time they play the Island.
Thank you everyone for tuning into the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. We've got Lock Shop, myself and Dusty now on the Lock Shop today. We got the Oil Stream, we got the EST Afternoons, we got the Reed Wilkins Show, we got the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pre and post game shows live at Hudson's White.
Yes.
Tonight, that 4 o'clock for the pregame show on behalf of Jasmine, Bellsy, Tommy, Matt. Thanks for tuning into the Hangout here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Lock Shop in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here, joining us today.